So my
Hi.
introduction to my business is, the name of the company is Asbonge. We specialize in interior renovations, your design concepts, your custom furniture, your kitchen design installation, bathroom design and installation, windows, doors, custom branding and signage, and many more other things that you would need for your residential or corporate needs. Yeah, so what we do in our business is we kind of source everything you need and we bring it to your doorstep, which creates a lot of convenience. I have challenges. I have interesting challenges. When it comes to the service industry, it becomes, yeah, it has its cons, and because the industry I'm in do more larger scale projects. So sometimes to get your client to commit, it takes a lot of work. It's almost like trying to get your client to buy a house because, it's a lot of money that they put in. Um, and it also gets difficult when you have to separate your emotions from difficult clients. Sometimes clients can be, they can so how service industry is, they can be difficult, and then you can't be angry, you have to be disciplined. Your reputation has to come first, so no matter how you feel the situation is wrong or right, the client is always right. And you have to handle yourself accordingly when it comes to that. One of the other hard things is that you don't have time for yourself. Once you have a business that's especially hands-on, where I have to go physically to site, where I physically have to go shop for the client, it becomes a little bit difficult because it takes away your weekends, your free time. It also, I recently had a baby a few weeks ago, and I was still working just after labor. I was still checking my emails. I was still responding to clients. I had to make sure everyone was happy. So it becomes difficult. Those becomes very challenging things to go through, where you don't get enough. You don't get that the luxury of working for a company where you take a day off, you put in your leave, you have your day off, and you go to someone else is doing your work for you in the company. So that does become a little bit difficult. It does become, blur the lines between family life and work. There's days where it's a weekend and we have plans, but I still have to be in a Zoom meeting. I still have to address a client. So yeah, that's when it becomes difficult. And with the other businesses, some of them are weekend businesses only. So it does become a little bit challenging to juggle all of that at once. Okay, number one is my family. My family always keeps me motivated. Um, just having that support system, that's, like I said, it's what keeps my mental health going. You know, um, Supportive in every way. My husband, my sister, my new baby as something that motivates me to keep working for them, not just for myself, but they give me a reason, to do what I want, what I do every day. And my husband is so supportive. He respects what I do. He doesn't compete with me. He doesn't, he's not a, most men, it's hard to find a man who doesn't want to fight for, a woman working and all of that kind of stuff. And he's very supportive. He doesn't compete with me. He always respects what I do, and I'm glad I found him as a partner who's so supportive. Like, there's times where I have to work so late, I can't cook, I can't do, be a wife sometimes, but he understands, and he lets me do what I need to do, and it keeps me going. And my independence, I think, you know, like as women, I think nothing beats a financial independence. Like knowing that you can do something for yourself and you work hard and it's yours, and you get money, you do whatever you want with that money. You don't owe anyone explanations. It's just something motivational. Like, it doesn't matter if you're buying, sparkling wine or champagne. That satisfaction of doing it for yourself, it's just, for me, is enough to keep me going. And also keeping myself around like-minded people. My friends, my circle of friends, we're very similar. We have similar goals. We have, similar interests, and it's good because it keeps me focused, it keeps me on track. Unlike people who will divert you, and some friends get jealous and they don't want to see you do well and they sabotage things like that. So it's good to keep, I have friends who are very, we are all like-minded, we all like the same things, we interested in the same things, and we're all about self-growth as women. um, and we also have, giving happy clients, having a happy client. It's always nice to see when your client is in his house or her house and they're posting, and you see your work in the background, and just seeing how happy they are. I once had a client who, after I finished his house, he texted every day for like 2 weeks, telling me I love my house, sending me pictures and saying I love my house so much. I feel like I'm on holiday. I don't feel like I'm in my house. So things like that. It just makes me be proud that I'm good at what I do, and it's I enjoy those moments. And seeing other women doing in business daily, it shows you that if they can do it, I can do it. Like, keep each other, motivated in that way. And also loving what you do. If you love what you do, and you just find peace in it. So when I'm working, it doesn't always feel like I'm working. Sometimes it just feels like, oh, I'm doing something fun, and I'm doing a fun project, I'm doing something interesting. So loving what you do, everything just comes and follows after that. Yeah. So I think, one change is, and it's something that a lot of people have vocalized, over the years, is that as women, we should stop tearing each other down and support each other. Don't look at what someone else is doing and judge what they're doing, but look at the positive they're bringing in what they're doing. If someone's winning, clap for them, be happy for them. Your win, it might not be the same. So I think it's important to acknowledge that not everything, we can't all have the same, kind of successes. Everyone has an individual story and a way it happens. When it's your time, it's your time. And I think it's important to stretch that and not judge each other, and also like starting from the bottom. Like, there's no job too small, like, I remember my first job, I was cleaning the B&B, and for the guests, and preparing breakfast for them and things like that. And I didn't see it as below me, but it grew me personally. And you see things from a consumer's perspective. Just because you're a business owner, don't be afraid to kind of get in the dirt. I've had to do installations where I had to carry furniture, and didn't have help hanging stuff. I had to learn how to drill, things like that. And there is no job that is not, that's just for men. Women can do it too. And I think if we just, push each other and kind of influence each other on that, and make those things okay. And also stop looking for a rich man to come and save you. Why not look for a rich female friend who's successful in business, who can help you and influence you to do better? So those kinds of things, like, choose to hang out with people who will grow your brain and prosper your knowledge for personal growth. And don't expect anyone to give it to you. So I think those things are important. And platforms like this is a great way to start change, Mulesh, like with doing all of this, bringing people together, and people of different age groups, different backgrounds, different businesses, and different genders. I think that's also important in this community, because we don't know. I never heard of Nkumi's baking business till now. So now I'm interested. She seems so excited about it. I'm interested in getting some of her cakes. And Priscilla's doing baby clothes, and I have a new baby girl, so I want to dress her, and it's something I'll be interested in. And it's opening up her brand to other people. And Festine's makeup. Now I know, if I want, I can call her if I need something done for an event, or even advice, and just say, tutorials and things like that. So I think, if we all keep pushing each other, and kind of, always giving each other the high five and the go girl. I think it's important because those kinds of things create a positivity in the environment for women in business, and it also encourages other women not to be afraid to take those chances, to start their own thing, because they're not afraid to fail or or what people are going to think, or how the outcome would become. So yeah, that's my perspective. And I also urge people, like, doing things, small things, like encouraging each other to do vision boards. Write your vision, don't be afraid of your vision, and you getting it there on your own. It will take time, but it's God's time and it's his plan, and if you want it and you pray for it, you eventually it will come together. And focus on that energy, keep that energy moving amongst us, that same energy.